Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18 plus.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
In the year 247, in the age of judges, Vartan was summoned home by a letter stating that his father had died under mysterious circumstances. Upon returning home, Vartan opened his mind to the possibility that his father's death, and his hometown of Eterno, was not everything that it appeared to be. Welcome to Ethereal Embrace. I'm Baya, and you're about to hear me say an eyeball second. For clarity and legal purposes, an eyeball second refers to the time your eyeball is visible between blinks.
Day 4. Late morning. The Temple of Greyhawk. Under the door that leads to the basement, there's a pin. The pin is assumed to set off a trap should you open the basement door. Maurezhi just jumped through the portal leading back to the cave entrance, and the portal closes as Vartan gives Maurezhi the stink eye and the threatening glare.
I'm gonna get you.
Baya recognized the trap just before she opened the door and stopped short. Down below in the basement, you suspect from glimpsing in the mind of Maurezhi that there are 2 chasms down there, and you assume that Telmika is still alive.
Baya casts Ray of Frost on the little pin from 30 feet away.
The Ray of Frost freezes the pin in place, and then what do you do?
Open the door.
All right.
Slowly.
Okay, so you open the door slowly, and the pin is still frozen in place, and it does not shoot up. You can tell that it is connected to something on the floor that when the pin does eject up, probably something bad will happen. You know, traps and all. But you're free to go down the stairs right now if you choose.
It's connected to something on the floor.
Yeah, so you've got your door and you've got your frame, and then in between the bottom of the door and the frame, or in the floor, there was the pin, and the pin is connected to something in the floor. So if the door had swung open, the pin would have popped, and something in the floor would have
sort of
set off. Yeah.
Explosion, or who knows what.
But because it didn't pop up, you are
safe.
Yes, for the time being, because it's frozen.
Okay. I'll take a big step over the general area of the pin and pull my longsword out and start heading downstairs.
Okay.
I still have my hammer out. I'm going to step over it as well.
I'm worried that this may melt, so I'm just going to do a cantrip for ice knife and just like set it. Instead of attacking it, I'm just going to create the shard of ice and set it one on each side of the pin to keep it frozen. Does that work?
That works. Yeah. Very creative. I'm good with it.
Okay.
You could have just closed the door, but this also works. In case you need to escape.
Yeah. That was the thought.
All right. So you head downstairs. The basement, as you come down the stairs, they're rickety old stairs, wooden steps that go down, and you can hear the creaking noise for each step that you take. As you come down around the basement corner and you can actually see into the room, It appears that the basement is a catch-all for the temple's general items. So there are wine bottles and crates of candles, dusty books, old tables, chairs, and other miscellaneous items strewn about the floor or on old shelves. One entire wall is filled with pickled peppers and jarred fruits that are sealed in containers and look like they could be from Telmika's gardens out back. A low buzzing noise comes from somewhere behind one of the walls. Go ahead and make a perception check for more details. And it is lightless down here, so that would give Vartan disadvantage, but you other two are good.
I got a 13.
5.
Okay, so that's 18.
Awesome. All right, so even though you're struggling to see in the dark basement, you can make out at the far back wall of the basement, a large iron stove is wedged into the corner. Shackled is a filthy and almost passed out Telmika, who is laying on the floor with her head tucked into her arms. To the left of the steps where you finished coming down, just under the kitchen of the main floor where you entered, a large door is closed with a metal bolt that acts as a hinge. You notice that as you come down to the stairs, the hinge begins to shake a little and then disappears completely. And the door starts swinging open from the hinged section.
Yeah, I'm imagining I'm just hearing all this really well.
Okay, yeah.
Do I smell anything?
Yeah, I would say you smell gross demon smell that you got from that being around the Zill.
All right.
That same kind of odor.
I take it I'm not worried yet? 'Cause my staff has not gone off?
Yeah. Yeah, so... no, it would make sense. You're... Well, it would have been better if you had made your perception check. So the door hinge begins to open, and you're... Just as the door swings wide enough open that the buzzing noise gets really loud, your staff says...
Inside we both know what's been going on. We know the game and we're gonna play it.
Baya's going to immediately just cast Fireball. Sorry. Towards the buzzing.
Okay, so do you want to like ready the action that as soon as the door finishes opening, you can cast Fireball right into the buzzing noise?
Yeah. I mean, I want to like take a eyeball second to make sure it's not... To make sure it's exactly what I'm assuming is buzzing.
I like it. And do you other two want to do anything to prepare for this door that's like slowly swinging open, like literally the slowest swing open in the history of the world right now?
And Telmika is on our side of this door, right? Chained to that stove?
Yeah, so let's say you guys came in from the westernmost side, which is where the kitchen was, and you took the steps down. You came down kind of in the middle of the basement, just the way that the stairs work. And so back towards the west end of that building is where these creatures are. And then on the far wall, away from that, is where Telmika is chained up. Okay, so you guys are in between the chasms and Telmika.
Okay. I'm going to ready Sacred Flame to cast on one of them when I see it.
Okay. Is there any way I can get in a position to swing my hammer? Or do I need to, like, ready a javelin?
I would ready a javelin.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to ready a javelin then.
Especially with Baya's fireball.
Yeah, I'm popping my hammer in my left hand, and I pull out a javelin with my right, and I've got it ready to throw.
Okay, cool. So the door finishes opening up. Just as it swings up, this large chasm creature, the ones that you saw from the book, so these giant insectoid creatures with giant long cone needle noses and big wings, starts taking off right out the door in your direction. But as soon as the door opens, Baya, you unleash your fireball
So as she's like holding the fireball, it's getting bigger and bigger in her hand, and she's about to like Hadouken. Each creature in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a dexterity saving throw of 16.
One of them failed, so we'll call this Johnny Chasm failed. And then Bobby Chasm critically failed and got 2 ones in a row.
Oh, nice.
So I am going to normally just critically failing on a dexterity save is not going to do too much. It just means that your fireball hit them. But I'm going to let you do full-on max damage to this.
Oh, damn.
Second one.
Bobby Chasm takes 48 damage, and his cousin takes 27.
Holy cow. That was a lot. All right. And then you other two. Let's go ahead and go to Ovyck.
So I cast Sacred Flame on Bobby. You got to make a dex save or take 2d8 fire damage or radiant damage. And it's 14 is the save.
He rolled a 12, so he takes the damage.
So it's just like a pillar of fire drops down on his head and engulfs him, and he takes 7 points of damage.
Okay. Ouch. So Bobby got straight wrecked coming out of the front door with all sorts of fire. And then Vartan, it's over to you and your javelin.
Bobby's lit up.
Bobby's pretty lit up.
Okay, so no disadvantage on this attack.
Right, yes.
Okay. A 13 to hit.
That is a miss.
Oh.
So you throw your javelin, and it just flies right in between where Johnny and Bobby are flying right now. And let's roll for initiative.
All right.
16.
13.
Baya's got advantage, right? Because we're Staff of Warning?
Yes. 15.
Johnny got 20, and Bobby got 4. Poor Bobby. All right, so Johnny goes first, and he buzzes out. Oh, and I believe, Ovyck, you casted something before you came down the stairs into the basement that was supposed to last for a while. The bond thing?
Yes, I did. It lasts 10 minutes.
Okay.
And everybody gets extra D4 that they can add to an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw. So if we want to retcon his attack, you can add a D4 to that. 13.
So, 16.
16 changes that to a hit. Yep.
11 damage to Bobby.
Okay, he's still up, but he is on fire and now has a javelin in him.
Okay.
All right. So the doors open up wide. Johnny comes out, and then right behind him, Bobby comes out. And a fireball, a
Sacred Flame,
and a javelin all fly, and Johnny bails out to the left of the door right as he flies out. So he just skirts out of the way, and all 3 of those things just blast right into Bobby's face. Bobby Chasm. But Johnny, now that he's out, is going to turn and fly directly at Vartan. And you hear this droning noise. All of you hear it. And I need a DC 12 Constitution save.
How many inspiration do I have? 1 or 2?
I don't remember how many you had from last time. I think you've used quite a few.
I have used a lot.
I think you guys all got one.
I know we've gotten 1 back since I've used them, but I don't remember if I think I used them all up, so I'd be at 1.
Yeah, I think you're at 1 for figuring out Telmika was, or for confirming that Telmika was Maurezhi.
Oh, God.
Baya failed.
I got a 15 on my save.
Baya got 11, and that was including.
Did you
D4.
Does that work for saves?
She has a +6 to Constitution. Just is not rolling well tonight.
Heck. You can add a D4.
I think she did.
I did.
Oh, that was with the D4?
She's so sad about it. She's like, I did.
I did.
I'm using my inspiration point. Alright, now my D4 might help, but I need a 4. And I got a 4, so I have 12 exactly.
I did not think a DC 12 Constitution save would be this difficult for you three.
I got it.
Okay, so for Baya, you hear this droning noise after the fireball goes off, and you get dizzy, very dizzy. The whole room starts spinning, and then you fall to the floor unconscious.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so it flies directly at Vartan, and it makes its attack against you. And its needle nose juts down right at your chest. And it rolled a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Oh boy, that is 16 piercing damage plus 24 necrotic damage.
All right.
Ouch.
And the target's hit point maximum is reduced by an amount equal to the necrotic damage taken.
Damn.
That's holy shit. Okay. That's 40 HP, right?
Well, yes, but
you only
hold on. Oh, it's necrotic. Okay, yeah. Necrotic.
Yeah. The necrotic damage was 24, and your maximum hit points are reduced by 24 now.
So I'm down.
You only had 40 hit points? How many hit points?
I had 45, but my max is lowered now.
So your max, yeah, but that does. You'd still have 5 hit points.
Oh, okay. So I still have 5.
You got 5 hit points, but you can only get healed back up to
whatever minus 24.
Yeah, 45 minus 24, so 21.
How would that go away?
All right, Ovyck, you're up.
Vartan's right next to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As an action. All right, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at a 3rd level on Johnny, which is the one that just attacked Vartan, right?
Yep.
Okay. A 23 to hit. And it does. Oh, that's kind of weak. 23 damage.
That's kind of weak.
I was expecting more, I guess, on 66. I was hoping for better. So yeah, 23 damage. It's basically just looks like lightning, like Emperor Palpatine style lightning, shoots out of my hands and hits Johnny in the face.
And the bright light and everything else lights Johnny up, and it makes a ghastly screech in pain as the lightning hits it and zaps it.
Okay, and now, thanks to Guiding Bolt, the next attack on Johnny gets advantage no matter what. And that's my turn.
And I can see this chasm in front of me.
Yeah, yep.
Okay. So I don't know if we're going to make it out of this alive, or at least but I want to do something. I want to use a bonus action to deduce weakness. I'm going to add my wisdom modifier to my attack roll. Or no. It would add to my damage. Until the end of my current turn. When I hit a creature with a weapon attack during this time, you learn one of the creature's traits, actions, senses, damage, vulnerabilities, resistances, or immunities. The GM chooses which information you gain, but I can request one type to prioritize. So, if I hit it.
Okay.
Since I don't have a javelin in my hand, I'm grabbing my axe and I'm just slamming down, two-handing it.
Okay.
It's a 28 to hit. 18 damage.
18 damage to Johnny, and we'll say that with that hit, as good as it was, you learn you recall 2 things about it. One from the book that you looked at before.
Mm-hmm.
If a creature that does get incapacitated or knocked unconscious by that droning noise takes any kind of damage from the creature, they will wake up. other than that, they'll be asleep for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Or not asleep, but unconscious for 10 minutes.
They have to take damage at all, or just damage from the creature?
Damage at all.
Okay.
Any damage at all will wake them up. The second thing you glean is that they don't have any damage vulnerabilities to them, but they do have damage resistances to cold, fire, and lightning.
Dang.
Okay, so I keep that weapon damage through the rest of my turn. It goes until the end of my turn.
Okay, cool.
Where I can add my wisdom. That's 27 to hit.
That hits.
That's 17 damage. And action surge.
Okay.
And can I see Baya?
Yeah, you can see her.
How far away is she from me?
She's like right next to you. You guys were all kind of standing next to each other when the door started to creak open, and you all prepared one thing to do. So she's within 10 feet.
Okay, I'm going to I'm just gonna like try and hit her with just like the handle of my hammer and try and do minimum damage.
All right.
I think it's an automatic crit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
she's incapacitated. Yeah,
I think
that's 16 plus 9. So
I mean, you should just bend down,
just kick her,
bend down and slap her.
Yeah, that's just your strength, your maximum strength, right?
25 damage.
No. 20, I said 25 to hit.
Oh Jesus, I was gonna say.
And I'm not trying to do a bunch of damage, so just one.
Just smacking her is 1 plus your strength modifier.
So even plus 4.
Yeah.
So it'd be 5. So even
5
doubled on a crit would only be 10.
10 damage.
And
okay.
then
Actually, it would only be 6 damage because you don't double the modifier
That's
on a
right.
crit. You just add up. You just double the base.
Okay.
You're gonna need as much life as you can get at this point.
Apparently.
All right. Sorry. Go ahead, Adam.
And then I'm gonna take another swing at him, two-handed.
Okay.
At Johnny. That's 21
to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
21 damage.
Okay. That. Oh, never mind. Nope. Sorry, I got your hopes up.
Yeah.
So that is your turn, unless you've got anything else.
No, that's it.
And don't forget to, side note, I know you used your bonus action to glimpse the vulnerability on that, but you can use bonus actions. Furbolg's Justice does have the ability where it has lifesteal on it to regain HP. Don't forget.
Yeah, I know. I looked at it and I saw that it's a bonus action to use it too.
Yep. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. I know sometimes the equipment perks get lost in the shuffle. All right, so now it's Bobby's turn. So Bobby's going to go and Bobby's going to fly around you guys to go do what Bobby was commanded to do. And Bobby is very upset and still on fire somewhat and flying the full 120 feet around you the long way so that you can't take a cheap shot on poor Bobby. But Bobby's heading right toward Telmika. And then it's back to the top of the order with Johnny. And Johnny is going to attack a second time against Vartan.
Hold on a second. I'm going to enact my protective bond. When a creature affected by your emboldening bond, which is what I cast before he came downstairs, is about to take damage, a second bonded creature within 30 feet of the first can use its reaction to teleport to an unoccupied space within 5 feet and take the damage instead. So Ovyck is going to do that to protect Vartan. So Ovyck will take the shot instead.
Okay, that's cool. So does a 15 hit Ovyck?
It does not.
Nice.
All right, so it goes to shoot its needle down and hit Vartan, and just as it does, Ovyck appears right next to Vartan and redirects the needle from hitting either of you. And that is... I think that's all Johnny can do on his turn.
All right, I'm going to take my comically large sword and smash Johnny in the face. I don't know if this will help. Probably not. 13. That misses.
So you take your comically large sword and just
swing right past him and hit the floor.
Large sparks shoot up. And Baya, you're on the ground still, but you're awake. What do you want to do?
I want to... How far away is Bobby?
Bobby's halfway between you and Telmika now. So he's about 25 feet away from you and about 45 feet away from Telmika.
Because if I stand up, that takes my movement. Yeah, she's going to stand up and she is going to... she's going to cast Mind Spike, which is psychic damage at Bobby.
Okay.
He needs to...
Oh, I would relay the damage vulnerabilities. I forgot about that. Or not resist.
His resistance.
Yeah.
Their resistances. The target must make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, poor Bobby. Oh, my goodness. 2 nat 1s back to back again, so max damage on this. And his resistance, just max damage twice in a row with Bobby.
All right. That is 24 damage.
That is a psychic mind spike that kills Bobby. So what does that look like?
It's basically coming out of her staff, and it's the lyrics to the Rickroll song in a spike form, just penetrating his mind. And it's the last words he'll ever hear.
All right, so he's beelining it right toward Telmika, and all of a sudden he hears,
"We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I."
And his head just goes boom and explodes. He just crashes right into the ground.
That's great.
All right. Yeah. Anything else you want to do there?
Stand up. Is the other guy in front of me? Like, is he close?
Yeah, he's real close. He's like within 10 feet of you.
She is going to actually use something called Quicken Spell. So that spell that she did, she spends 2 sorcery points to change that to a bonus action. And then she is going to use her quarterstaff to try and hit this other guy in front of her.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll use Twin Spell. So that's going to cost me... I did that at... was that 2nd level? Yeah.
Okay, yep.
So have the other one take a wisdom saving throw.
It failed.
13 damage.
A full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy.
Boom! Its head also explodes.
Oh, man.
All right, so you just rickrolled 2 demons to death.
Thank God for Rick last week.
I'm not sure how good that was.
It was great.
It was really
perfect.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll run over to Telmika.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Ethereal Embrace, and A Fool's Quest production. Vartan the Furbolg Fighter is voiced and played by Adam Culbertson. Baya Rustin, the half-elf sorcerer, is voiced and played by Tisha. Ovyck, the Tiefling Cleric, is voiced and played by Chris Johnson. And I am Nico, your GM. Please remember to drop us a 5-star rating and review on your favorite podcatcher. Music provided in part by Midnight Syndicate, makers of the original Dungeons & Dragons soundtrack. If you would like to follow us on social media or say hello to the cast, details on where to find us will be in this episode's notes. Remember, be safe, we love you all, and stay foolish.
Are you struggling to lose weight and keep it off? Tired of wasting time and money on starvation diets that lead to more frustration and stress? If there was a weight loss solution that could actually work for you, would you try it? Then head to Golo.com.
I'm Steve. I lost 138 pounds in 9 months on Golo.
I'm Amber. I've lost 128 pounds with Golo Taking Release.
If you're ready to take back control of your life, head to Golo.com now and see how Golo can work for you. That's GOLO.com.
My sleep is way better. My inflammation has gone way down. Golo saved my life. I was way overweight. That's what sent me down the path. I wanted to make sure and live for my kid.
I have literally tried everything. I was on the verge of getting gastric bypass surgery, and I saw the Golo commercial, and it was the last thing I tried because it worked.
Join over 2 million people who have found a better way to lose weight with Golo. Your healthier and happier life begins at Golo.com. That's GOLO.com. Again, GOLO.com.